Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Telos Carbon Backslash. This board features Telos' setback camber with a long nose rocker, so that means basically directional cam rocker. So you get this long rocker in the nose, camber that's set back closer to the tail. That's going to give you all the load, pop, snap, and drive off the rear foot. But that rocker in the nose is going to give you more optimal powder float as well as ease of entry in and out of turns. This board is available in 148, 153, and 158. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a day that had overcast skies, cooler temps. You had a couple inches of fresh snow, chopped chunder underneath, a little bit of perfect corduroy, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. With this being the carbon version of the Backslash, you lose some of the play for more precision with that carbon in there. It stiffens it up. Due to the shape of this board, it's fully directional in nature. So what you get is softer nose progressively stiffening back up to the tail. Surprise, surprise. Overall, the flex of this board is past middle of the road, but it's not quite a plank. It's still got a little bit of a lively feel to it. Now with that rocker in the nose, you do get some chatter, and that resonates all the way back under the outside of the front foot. So you're gonna feel it. And when you get into really rutted out terrain, you end up feeling just those hard, jarring body hits to your lower body. It really did sacrifice some of its dampness to give it this carbon layup and to make it stiffer. With the carbon and camber in this board, which the camber is highly abundant, you have to load it up. And when you roll back on the tail, you get a ton of spring. One thing to note though is you're losing a bunch of that tail to land on. So if you land a little backseat heavy, be prepared that you may wash out on it. Overall, you can boost anything with it. You feel that carbon in this really react, and this board wants to get up in the air. Due to the shape of this board, the flex, the camber profile, with the tail, you really don't have much to work with. You're just doing high-speed wheelies, especially when you're in fresh snow. Which that means it leaves you with the nose to do everything. You got that long-ass rocker in there, so what you're gonna do is pop a 180 and land on it. When you do, it's gonna fight you. This board has a ton of fight. It's not as easy to press. You wanna find a steeper section with fresh snow to really get it to engage. If you're on a flatter section, you're just gonna feel it want to set itself back to its natural shape. Then again, that isn't what this board is designed for. So if you're just looking for a short, fat, little butter stick, probably not gonna be what you want. So with this being the carbon version, obviously you're gonna get a lot more power out of this board. You lose some of that playful feel, especially torsionally with this board, which changes how quickly you can adapt your carves if you need to go a little more aggressive or a little more laid back. It's got more precision behind it. So when you're locked into a carve, you're locked in. When you drive that knee into the center and push back down into the camber to load that tail, you can really lay it over. You notice how locked in it feels and how much power you have. It does not feel like it's ever gonna kick out. What you do lose is on more mellow terrain where you're trying to ankle steer and just be kind of swoopy, dodging skiers, whatever, you lose that. It doesn't give you that playful feel. It's more precise, it's more locked in. Who's this board for? The volume shifted, free ride oriented, carving loving guy. So you lose a little bit of the playfulness and forgiving nature of the regular Backslash to go to the carbon one, but you get more power, more just aggression with it, and it's just a more snappy board. That's not a bad thing. The way to sum it up is if you want to be laid back, a little more playful, you go with the regular. You want more precision, you want to rail more turns, you want more power out of that back foot, you go with the carbon version. Comparable boards, the Ride Super Pig, the Nidecker Smoke, the Yes Optimistic. Binding recommendations, the Ride A9, the Rome Cleaver, the Union Atlas Pro. This has been my review of the Telos Carbon Backslash. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you gonna buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you wanna support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.